Welcome back to part two, where we have been talking about inherited thinking from previous generations, our epigenetics. How is it possible that trauma and the way we think has been passed down through our DNA from our grandparents and great grandparents and so on through 14 generations? That's what we talked about last week. So if you haven't watched or listened to that episode, go back, watch part one. It's really where we were talking about what's been happening beneath the surface. It also helped us understand why so many people are feeling so overwhelmed today, burnt out, and having difficulty making decisions because there are way too many choices. And it's almost like we're at an overload of intelligence. We've got human intelligence, we've got AI intelligence. And how do we even know which one we should be relying on? And how do we protect our humanness in this AI world? Today is the part where I'm going to shift gears. And like I promised in part one, we're going to talk about the strategies that will help you to start immediately upgrading your thinking, make faster, smarter decisions, and build mental models that will protect you from the overwhelm that honestly, it's not going to stop. AI is going to continue moving forward, probably faster and faster. So, what does that mean for you? What does that mean for your job? What does that mean for the way of life that you have right now? What does it mean for your health? I'm going to share with you some strategies that will help you to figure this out. This big, beautiful world that is now enhanced with AI. So let's dive in. All right. So we have talked about the overwhelm, the inherited thinking model, the speed at which the world is changing. But I did promise you strategies and practical ways to upgrade your thinking and decision making in the AI world that we are now living in. And I want to deliver that right now to you. So the truth is, you cannot outpace AI by working harder. That's gone. There's no working your way up the ladder. There is none of that. You can, though, outpace it by thinking differently. And that's where we're going to upgrade our mindset and our new way of thinking about things. So, this starts with three core shifts. And the first one is to build a future relevant mindset. Most of us are still running mental software from recent generations, which is not your fault. Neuroscience calls it epigenetic inheritance, right? It's your beliefs, your fears, and your behavioral default that gets passed down biologically, not just culturally. How your body may still be in trauma because of your brain. This was part of the epigenetics that can be passed down without you even realizing it, which is why you may have pains that you don't understand why you have, or why you may get illnesses or diseases that have been passed down through genetics. Here is what's fascinating is that research shows that this is reversible. One study out of Emory University found that mice inherited fear responses from their grandparents, but new experiences rewrote those fear patterns in a single generation. The fastest way to upgrade your mindset right now is by consciously exposing yourself to new environments and ideas that your brain hasn't yet adapted to. So, all of these situations that you put yourself in that feel uncomfortable, learning new things that feel hard and uncomfortable, that is actually what you need. That is the way that you're going to upgrade your mental model moving forward. So, what happens is your mental operating system starts recalibrating for what's next, not what's safe and what you've been holding on to from before. So, here is an example. People shaping where the world is going, Sam Altman, Elon Musk, Demis Hassabis, are working on. So, what they're working on now may not even become evident for the next 5 years. But if you start to follow the way these people think, you're going to begin to understand that there is a different mental model out there that you may not have thought of before. It's that strategic thinking 2 to 3 steps ahead. And it's questioning these beliefs that you have about things, question them. What makes me think this? Why do I believe this about this subject or this topic? Why do I act like this? Where did this stem from? Let's go to number 2, reducing decision latency. So, decision latency is the gap between knowing what you need to do and actually doing it. That gap, right? You've got to make that decision. You've got to go and do that thing, move into action. And then actually doing it, there is this gap in between. In a world where AI is compressing our time, it's shortening how long everything is happening, our work is speeding up. The way that I can ask ChatGPT, give me a recipe for tonight's dinner, and it's going to give me this option of 10 options. Everything has been compressed in time, which is actually a good thing because now you've gained back the time you would have lost. The question is, are you getting overwhelmed because of this time compression? Think about Kodak. In 1975, they invented digital photography, but they spent 18 years debating whether they should move forward beyond what they were doing. 18 years they debated whether they should move forward to a new level of digital photography. And what happened? By the time they made their decision, the world had moved on, and Kodak was no more. In my coaching, I teach clients to run 90-second decision cycles. So, what we do is we gather the minimum data needed and we run a mental scenario simulation where what happens if I don't act and what happens if I do act. We're not looking for right or wrong. We're just looking for what happens if I do, what happens if I don't. And then you commit and you execute as quickly as possible. What you need is adaptability. All right, I'm going to try this. Within this time frame, if I don't see it working, we are then going to readapt to a different path forward. We're going to readapt to a different tool. But this is what a lot of people are uncomfortable with, is the fact that it's not certain. There's not this certain path. It's not stable. It's not predictable. But that's okay, because that is where all the growth happens. Number 3, creating mental AI filters. One of the biggest drivers of overwhelm in people right now is not actually the AI itself. It's the volume of data and noise that's out there in the environment. You are constantly receiving noise to your brain. You don't know which way to turn. You don't know what to choose. Do I choose this AI tool or this one? Do I even need them? And what's the difference between them? I've never used any of this before. All of it is new. But there's so much noise out there that it is very difficult to decide. And then what happens is you just go paralyzed. So why don't we do this? We'll call it visual hygiene. We are going to set intentional filters around what you consume every day so that your brain isn't flooded. So you're not going to listen to everything. You're going to choose certain platforms and certain people to listen to. People that you respect, people that you trust, people who do the research. Those are the cherry hand-picked few that you're going to listen to what you should be doing next, what tools are valuable to you, the direction to take your business in an AI world. You're going to limit your doom scrolling on social media, not sitting there like a robot and just scroll and scroll, seeing what everyone pretends to be their best life. You're going to spend 70% of your attention looking forward, not behind. You're not going to focus on what worked in the past. You're going to focus on what will work in the future. Where are we going? What will this industry look like? Are the different ways that it can change now and in the next 2 years? What are the possible immediate changes that are going to happen? There will be more AI automation. There will be AI agents taking people's questions instead of a real person. So many different ways this is going to happen. But rather than fearing it, get on board with it. All you have to do is start questioning. This is how we do what we do now. Is there a way for AI to do it better? Is there a way for AI to do it faster? And you're not going to worry about it. You're just going to become curious and investigate. These are a few of the tools that I use in my private coaching. And the truth is that you can't afford to think like your past self anymore. You have to upgrade and think to the future in order to be relevant in the future. AI isn't just moving fast, it's redefining what fast even means. It means that at the speed of light, whatever you've been doing could change. So, what you need to decide with your human intelligence is what is it that could change? It would be okay if it changed. It would be okay if you could do something in a better, faster way. And where human intelligence, creativity, and communication with people should remain. Whatever you feel is your strength as a human being in your business, that is the part that remains. Everything else can change and move forward and grow and become technologically advanced. So let's call it the mindset upgrade. That's what my goal is here. It is to upgrade our mindset, our thinking, our perspectives, and the lens that we are looking at life with. This is what I call my noesis framework, and it is designed to help you rewrite your inherited playbook and build what I call your thinking signature. In the future, this is where I believe we're going, is that you're going to have a thinking signature and you're going to have a character signature as we move forward, because we have the possibility of being cloned, right? People using personalities, voices, and so on. You will need to have this distinct signature of your own for the way that you think and the way that you process the world, make decisions, and stay strategically relevant. That's why I'm creating this. It's at Noesis. It is an intelligence platform to help you move forward at a pace that you're comfortable with, but don't get left behind. The reality is the tools are going to keep evolving. AI is going to keep evolving. Industries are going to be uprooted. Industries as we know them now are not going to look the same 5 years from now. And that will be across many industries. But your ability to think originally is the one advantage that won't get automated if you learn how to protect that from now. So, what I do in my one to one coaching right now is I'm helping clients do exactly this. We're going to think about how to strategically make decisions going forward faster so that we don't feel overwhelmed by all these things that are going on right now. Reclaim your ability to see, to decide, and to lead beyond all the noise that you hear. If today's episode resonated with you, if you feel that there's this tension, you feel like there's this tension going on where all the things that you once knew to be true are no longer. The way people are acting now is not what you remember people to be. In this world that we are trying to navigate now, you're not behind. You're just running on old software that needs to be updated and upgraded. That's really where we're at. So you do have a choice, and you can continue to react, feel overwhelmed, and pull back and say, you know what, I think it just isn't for me. What you can do is upgrade your thinking, learn the basic tools that will help you to move forward. And instead of chasing things and hopping on new trends, just understanding what is truly valuable to you right now at this point where you're at. So, what does that look like for you? What is your most important decision that you need to make next? This is what I help coach people on. Is it securing job security? Is it upskilling? Is there a decision that needs to be made maybe within your company about which direction you go with AI? Maybe it's AI ethics. Maybe you haven't instilled an AI ethics charter yet within your company that everyone will abide by. Maybe you're at the point where you don't know what AI tools to even start using. All of these are topics that I coach on. So if you want to go deeper with me, please visit catherinelucaducoaching.com. You'll see everything right there. You can reach out to me. I can answer any of your questions. Follow me on social media and share this episode. If there's someone out there that you think is also struggling, they're feeling a little bit of overwhelm, maybe they're just burned out with all of these new tools that are coming out on the market today because they're not going to stop. They just keep coming. Thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to coming to you again next week. Bye for now.